Hey everybody, gonna give it a few more minutes. Let's see who joins. Anybody else pick up their blind bags already? I see some family members are joining. What's up, fam? I did go ahead and open one already. I've been seeing so many reports of folks who, both distributors, comic book shops, and people who've gotten theirs already, that have been getting damaged copies of their blind bag. And so I got 10 in my order. I ordered 3 more because I was dumb and didn't think of this beforehand, but with 13, I've decided to give myself a maker's dozen because I wanted to do a dad joke there. But I opened the first one before I did this video because I wanted to see what the likelihood of these being damaged were. The one that I did open up, if you can see, some of the corners of the bag do have a little bit of damage on them. It wasn't anything too crazy that I was concerned of because, I mean, it is a plastic bag that could potentially get damaged the way that they are boxed. But when you open it up, like most blind bags, it has this little paper sleeve on it, which is nothing crazy. There are no staples in this. It's just paper. It's really basically so you don't know what cover you're getting because I don't know if you can tell in this. You can basically see through this. So in the store, they want to make sure that you don't see what cover you're getting. The first one I opened was this really cool Sanford green wraparound cover. Shows Ultimates on one side, Maker and his council on the other. And at first glance, it didn't look like there was anything wrong with it because the coloring on this really hit it. But there are some slight spine ticks up and down the corner here, which if this was a collector's item, I would definitely be annoyed on it. And I would be, I mean, it's not Marvel's fault because they definitely sent these to Penguin probably in pristine condition, but the way that apparently these were shipped out by Penguin in the program, apparently it was 2 separate ways. So what traditionally happens is that comics get sent out in orders. When you send your FOC order, the comics get shipped to the comic book store in bulk. So basically everything that a comic shop orders gets sent out together. But these blind bag that were sent out for the Ultimate Endgame were sent out a couple weeks in advance. So apparently those, because they were shipped separately, they were... that batch did not have this damage issue based off of what I have been reading. However, anything that was shipped basically in the weekly shipments, they were basically stacked differently. So rather than being stacked side by side like this in the first wave, comics were shipped stacked like this. So basically allowing for comics to be potentially bent, which is likely what's causing some of these spine ticks to happen. Yeah, so I see here that a lot of people are potentially getting some issues with their spine ticks. So I'm not expecting the rest of these issues to be in mint condition. So let's hope they're not any of the major ones. But first pull that I got was this wraparound cover. It's an open order, so nothing too special. Did not have my hopes and dreams dashed. I did read this already earlier. The issue is really, really cool. I also read the Ultimates issue that came out today. 100 plus were damaged. That sucks. I was talking to somebody in my comments earlier this week, and they had bought 1,000 of them, and all 1,000 had spine ticks. They were really trying to get that Chip Zdarsky 1,000 incentive, and they were pretty distraught that all 1,000 were damaged. I saw another person posting over on Threads that they run a store, and all of theirs through the bag, they could just tell that the bags were damaged. and they're not even putting out their issues for sale. They're basically telling their customers that they're telling Penguin their issues are damaged. So not only are they going to have to deal with trying to get reissues from Penguin, they're also going to have to deal with trying to tell their customers, their loyal customers who were basically really waiting for this, that they can't get their comics this week. So really feel for the comic book shops who are having to deal with this. Really feel for the customers who are going in potentially buying damage. And so not an ideal situation. Really interested to see what Penguin is going to do to try and make this right. Not an ideal situation for Marvel, but again, not really holding this one on Marvel's shoulders because I don't really think this is their problem at all. So have some folks here. Comic Geek some more on your way to go see how bad it is. Let me know how bad it is. How many are you going to go get? Do you have a limit? Have you gotten any already? Hey, everybody who's joining. I was just giving my spiel about how a lot of the folks who have been opening theirs already or who have opened theirs before today have been talking about how their bags have been damaged. I opened one of my first ones before today because I got these on Friday, actually. And unfortunately, I have been bitten by the spine tick bug. Okay, cool, Comic Geeks. Let me know how you make out. I wish you the best of luck. Let's go for number 2. So this second one here, just from the bag alone, this bag seems to be in a little bit better condition, but you can see here, like, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, there's a glare, but like you can see this whole section where the spine would be, there is this curve. You can see it being on the back here. It's a little bit better. So this does not give me much hope that the spine is going to be in perfect condition by any means. So let's see. Let's see what we get here. It's nice to see that these open up pretty well up top. That first one I kind of mangled completely, but I've been seeing a lot of people opening these up. All right, so we got this first one, cover here, not a wraparound. I mean, it's a lovely cover, but to get a duplicate on my first 2 pulls, not great. But actually, no, definitely some more spine ticks here. Let's see, I don't know if they're going to show up, but like, not great at all. I mean, people who are just reading this to read it, because it is a great issue, really excited. I mean, Dennis Camp has done awesome work picking up the baton from Hickman in terms of really taking this Ultimate Universe and landing the plane. And so I'm excited to see what he does with this and everything that I've known so far. And just reading this first issue, really interested to see where this goes. But if you're hoping to make this a collection item and you're getting a spine tick, it's not going to be great. All right, let's go with number 3, and let's hope it is not a third wraparound cover, even though Sanford Green made a beautiful one. All right, wait, I didn't look at this bag first. All right, so bag is in decent condition, similar thing. The spine area has some folds in it, so let's see what we got here. Ooh! Got a Peach Momoko. Love Peach. She is one of my favorite artists right now, not just at Marvel, but all over. This is Megastorm, underneath the maker. If you have not been reading Peach's Ultimate X-Men, highly recommend it. I think it is incredible that Peach, who is primarily an artist, but has written some stories herself in the past, has basically written a 2-year saga, not just written it, but also drawn and colored it herself, which is just insane, the amount of work that she has put into Ultimate X-Men. It has really maintained quality over all 24 issues. Really hard to do that, especially when you are working within a shared continuity. Sorry, I'm just taking a look. I mean, the art in this issue is insane. Actually shared art duties on this, so not to spoil it for you, but there are actually two separate art duties. So Jonas Scharf handles one set of art duties, and then Terry and Rachel Dodson handles the separate art duty. Basically, there's two different kind of settings that take place in this issue. And if you have looked at either the previews that I put out there, any of the previews that are there, you're really going to see the mostly those are the Dodson's art pages that are out there, but the art in this issue is just insane. There's a ton of action. Sorry, I know you guys want to see the covers, but just peach. There's also a Virgin variant of this that is out there within the blind bag program. So, I mean, if I get that, that would be great. But this also has got spine ticks on it. So, thankfully, it's not the Virgin variant, because that would be pretty upsetting. All right, this is number 4. This bag is actually in better condition than the rest. Again, just that slight fold there, but the actual bag itself looks to be in decent condition. Well, back here we've got some damage, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, web shot. Not your favorite, but yeah, really great job. Let's see, web shots. Is it more valuable to stay in the bag? That's a great question. I think the jury is probably still out on that, as blind bags really are becoming a bigger and bigger phenomenon right now, for lack of a better word. I feel like more and more of the publishers, I mean, this is really, I'm pretty sure this is Marvel's first, if not first major blind bag program that they're putting out there. I mean, they've already announced it for Daredevil number 1 for early next year. But, I mean, as they become more prominent, I don't know if keeping them in the bag is going to be valuable. I mean, it's really a crapshoot. It's like that Family Guy episode of what could be in the box. It could be a boat. And based off of what the amount of variants are that are in there, the fact that Marvel is actually putting in one-for-one sketches could potentially increase the value of just keeping these in the bags. But I think what the publishers are actually putting in the programs is going to determine the value of just this itself. If it's just your kind of open orders plus your random variants, I don't think this is going to hold much value. But if publishers really start adopting, like adding exclusive, like super rare exclusive or super valuable exclusives in this, I could see this potentially having some value, especially if those one-for-one exclusives go unclaimed. The chances of this as an individual piece of memorabilia really goes up in terms of it potentially being that object that has that super rare collectible item. But overall, I don't know, especially if the comic itself doesn't become a super popular or key issue. All right, so this is, sorry, where did I leave off? This is number 4 still. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, page. So I'm tracking here. This is 4 and 2 for 2. So we've got 2 wraparound covers from Sanford Green, 2 peach covers. If this holds, I've got 3 more covers and 2 each, but let's see what I've got. I mean, it's still a great cover. Peach is awesome. And also Maystorm. Like, if any new character from this new version of the Ultimate Universe survives, I really hope it's Maystorm. She has been awesome. I love the arc that she has. I don't know if folks have really been watching or reading anything that people have been posting, but Maystorm has been an awesome. She also appeared in the Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion series, and the bond that she had with Miles when they met up was really cool to see. So I could see her popping up in the 616 down the road, if not shortly after this Ultimate Universe ends, and her becoming kind of a potentially not like main character within the Miles Morales storyline or his current ongoing, but potentially recurring character. So yeah, if any of the current Ultimate Universe new characters show up down the road or become a long-standing 616 character, I really hope it's Maystorm. I think it's really cool. I think she has the ability to really spread across comics. She could be with Miles. She could show up in X-Men comics. If Storm ends up staying with Avengers, she could stay with Avengers. She could be a young Avenger, or a new champion. I think she has a lot of potential, and just the character arc is really cool. All right, number 5. This is where I started to kind of order these in the way that the bags themselves looked. So you can see this bag here. This looks super damaged in the corner, so I'm really afraid that some of these might have damages beyond spine ticks, but we'll see. All right, so this is 5 of 10. Let's see what we've got. Hey, everybody who's joining. Anybody got a blind bag with one of the incentives or even one of the sketches? Let me know. I'd love to hear about it, but also would love to see it. Oh, here we go. All right, this is the first one that I am getting that is not in open order. This is, actually it is. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. I thought it was a Virgin variant, but it's not. But still cool. It is the Derek Chu foil variant featuring the Maker. I'm not a huge fan of foil variants from an economic perspective because the comic shops don't make the same margin on them. They basically don't get their usual discount they get. So basically when a comic book shop is ordering comics, depending on the volume that they're ordering or basically their contract, they get anywhere from like 30% off to 50% off to 60% off the cover price that they're ordering. But with these foil variants, sometimes they're only getting like $1 off of these. So if they're ordering these basically on their own without FOC orders from customers who are pulling them themselves, they're really taking a gamble on these selling. And so I don't necessarily love these. If there are ones that I love and I really want, I'll make sure I am pulling them so that the comic book store knows I want it. But yeah, so I'm not in love, but I mean, this is a really cool cover. Derek Chu really captures the Maker's like super ominous look. I mean, the glare is looking bad, but like really cool. But this also has, I mean, the foil itself shows so many of these spine ticks that have showed up. The top that I was worried about because of the bag is not damaged, but like all up and down, this is ticked to hell, which is unfortunate because it is a gorgeous cover. Derek Chu really did a great job capturing the Maker's scary return. All right, number 6. What's up, everyone? Welcome in. Oh, this one ripped a little bit. Let's go. All right, so if those have been following along, I have gotten so far the first 2 are 2 of the Sanford Green wraparound covers. The next 2 were the Peach Momoko Maystorm with Maker. Number 5 was the Derek Chu foil variant, and if that record, this might be another Derek Chu foil variant. So let's see. It is not. This one is cool. It's another open order cover, but this is the Dan Panosian open order variant featuring the Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Wolverine. Really cool. Ultimate Wolverine is still going on. Chris Condon is wrapping that up. I thought it was really strong to start. It feels like it is being rushed. Of the series, I know there's been a lot of conversation around whether the creators knew that the Ultimate Universe was going to be ending when this was announced back at New York Comic Con. I mean, I'm sure they found out before that, but of all the series, it really feels like Ultimate Wolverine and Chris Condon might have been one of the last to know. Condon is still doing an amazing job. I think it is one of the rawest stories, but it also feels like he is being forced to rush through the most. It's also the series that started last, so does not have a lot of issues to have built up the story like some of the other ones do. But yeah, I feel bad because the first handful of issues were awesome, and then it feels like we really went into overdrive on Ultimate Wolverine, and I just wish we got like a full 24 issues the way we have with Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men, because I'm an X-Men kind of heart. It's not obvious. I have it in my bio. It's where I got into X-Men when I got into comics when I was a little kid. It was my gateway drug to comics. And I would have really loved to see Ultimate Wolverine get the kind of service that it should have gotten in this new Ultimate Universe. All right, so we've got 4 more to go. So far, we've gotten 2 Sanford Green wraparound covers, 2 of the Peach Momoko covers, 1 Derek Chu foil variant, and 1 Dan Panosian open order variant featuring Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Wolverine. All right, here we go. Things are quickly dwindling in terms of getting one of the incentive variants or one of the sketch variants, but with only ordering 10, I didn't have high hopes. All right. This is another new one, but another open variant. We have Cafu's open order variant featuring a few of our Ultimate heroes fighting the Maker. And we've got another Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Ultimate Black Panther here. Really cool cover. What I have really liked about the Ultimate Universe more recently is, even before this event started, Ultimate Endgame, is there have been a lot of nods, and it hasn't been super overt, but there have been a lot of nods within each of the series, kind of referencing all of the other issues, or all of the other Ultimate series. There have been like news clippings or things on screens or references, and really just allows you to know that this is a shared universe. So like, we don't need to get this type of panel or action event on every issue to know that it's a shared universe. Like, I just like to know that there is references to it, just so that you can feel that the world is one. That was actually one of my bigger issues with DC's Absolute universe for the first few months. Like, everything felt so siloed, and things just felt disjointed. Like, Lazarus was this huge problem in Absolute Superman, but didn't show up anywhere else. Like, if it's such a big bad, why isn't it in Gotham? But with some of the more recent storylines, with Absolute Evil, and now with Absolute Batman showing up in Absolute Wonder Woman, like, I really see where this direction is going. So really excited there. But 3 more to go here. Hey, everybody who's joining. We have some openings of the Ultimate Endgame #1 blind bags. I'll show you the ones that we have gotten so far. We have 2 of the Sanford Green wraparound covers featuring the Maker and his council and our Ultimate heroes. We have 2 of the Peach Momoko covers featuring Maystorm and the Maker. We have the one that we just opened, Cafu's cover featuring the Maker fighting Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, and Ultimate Wolverine. We have Dan Panosian's Ultimate Wolverine and Ultimate Spider-Man cover. And then finally, we have Derek Chu's foil cover. And for those who are joining, I've been talking a lot about the issues with spine ticks and damages that have been plaguing folks who've ordered this. I have definitely been a victim of it. Every cover that I have opened up has had spine ticks galore across it. Thankfully, as I've been talking about, none of these are the super rare collectible ones, so I am not too concerned. But really stinks for anyone who is opening these to find one of the collectible, whether it is one of the variants, whether it's the 1 to 25 Ryan Stegman cover, one of the 1 to 50 Alexander Lozano covers, the 1 to 100 Scotty Young covers, or God forbid the 1 to 1000 Chip Zdarsky cover, or any of those 1-for-1 sketch covers, opening that to find any type of spine tick or any other defect would literally make me want to cry, but c'est la vie. I mean, it would be great just to get one of those anyway. All right. This is number 8 of 10. And this bag, look how damaged that is. I mean, like, oh, penguin. All right. Okay, number 3 of the Sanford Green wraparound cover. I mean, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite covers. I don't know if I need 3 of them, but like, this is probably of all the open order covers, probably one of my favorites. It just has all the characters on it that have made this latest Ultimate Universe so special. You've got on the Ultimate side, you've got, you've got Doom, you've got Armor, you've got Storm, you've got Cap, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Thor, Wolverine, and then on the Maker side, you've got Maker, Hulk, Sunfire, Viper, Magic, Captain Britain, sorry, I can't see backwards now, Silver Samurai, and others. So really cool. Nice little recap as we kick off Ultimate Endgame. All right, 2 more to go. This bag, similar. Tons of little beat up edges along the way. Well, this bag did not open up as easily at the top, so that bag was destroyed. Womp womp. Just the regular cover A. This is just Mark Brooks. Cool art. Nothing special. Actually, shockingly, this cover, sorry, I'm just looking, has some, but this might actually have the least amount of spine ticks of all the covers I have opened up already, which is kind of hilarious. It is kind of fortuitous that the just general regular cover is in the best condition out of all of them. But yeah, I mean, the art itself, really cool. There is a Virgin variant of it within the blind bag program itself as well. But yeah, you can grab this outside of the blind bag program too. Don't have to buy the blind bag program to grab that. All right, so thank you for those who have followed on the journey so far. We are at the last bag. We are on number 10. It would be great to get maybe one of the incentive variants. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yep. Womp womp. And my 10 blind bag opens with a second cover A, and also, more spine ticks. But yeah, so all 10 of these were open order variants, which stinks, but that's the name of the game. Out of only 10, I was not necessarily expecting anything special, but here we'll go through the recap of them. So this is cover A with Mark Brooks art. Again, all these are open order, so you didn't have to get these within the blind bag program, but if you're hoping to grab any of the special issues, you're going to have to grab this blind bag True Believer Mark Brooks cover. We've got 3 of the Sanford Green wraparound covers, 2 of the Peach Momoko covers. We've got a Derek Chu foil variant, a Dan Panosian cover, and then finally a Cafu cover. If you haven't already, I definitely recommend picking up a copy of this and giving it a read. As I mentioned, Dennis Camp is just doing an insane job wrapping up this Ultimate Universe. I mean, Dennis Camp is probably one of the hardest working writers in comics right now, even outside of Ultimate Endgame and his work in Ultimate Universe. The sort of crisis event series that he is writing over at Image is amazing. That is nearing its completion. If you haven't read that, I highly recommend it. But yeah, if you've already read the issue, drop me comments. Let me know how you thought it was. I mean, not a spoiler alert, but I am giving it 5 out of 5 stars when I put my ratings out there. If you haven't read it yet, definitely go grab a copy. Let me know once you do read it what you thought of it. I'll be posting some ratings on it a little bit later. And if you do end up grabbing one of these True Believer blind bags and grabbing one of the variants, the incentive variants, or one of the sketch variants, let me know. And hopefully you don't end up with 10 covers that have spine ticks on them like I do, because that is not cool. And we will definitely be waiting to hear what Penguin has to say about it, because I am sure they will be hearing it from a lot of people. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day. Happy New Year. Bye.